Hello and welcome. It's another edition of Agenda 2023 on OGTV, the People's Tele, your pathway to 2023 general election here on this channel. The program comes your way this time every Wednesday, and it's going to run into next year when we have general elections in this country. Okay, we'll be coming back shortly to unveil the topic for the program this afternoon and our guest for the program this afternoon. That will be after this break, where we'll give you just an insight into some of the issues that are trending in Nigerian politics. Stay with us, don't go anywhere. Agenda 2023 on OGTV, the People's Tele. All right, well, thank you so much for watching us and for watching this program on the People's Tele, Agenda 2023. As we told you, it's your pathway to 2023 general elections. On the program this afternoon, we are looking at the exercise that was done yesterday in Ogun State. That's a continuous voter registration exercise that was conducted in Ogun State, and of course, the day was declared work-free day by the Ogun State government for residents of the state to go out and get registered for their cards so that they would be eligible to participate in next year's general election. We have in the studio with us this afternoon the Administrative Secretary of INEC in Ogun State, Venerable Stephen Akinroko Jawande, is joining us to look at the exercise yesterday. Good afternoon, Venerable.
Good afternoon, my presenter.
Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. Now, let's look at the exercise of yesterday. How would you describe the response by residents of the state?
Well, let me first commend the government, especially the governor of Ogun State, Moba Abeokuta, for giving that wonderful opportunity for civil servants and citizens of the state to avail themselves of the exercise before it will round off. The turnout was impressive yesterday. We also went out. We were in almost all our local government, and the National Commissioner in charge of Ogun State was also around yesterday, Professor Kunle Ajayi. He was around, so with the Honorable Central Commissioner and myself and other head of departments, we went around all our centers. And we had impressive turnout. So we also met functionaries of government, also going around their own beats, monitoring and sensitizing people to comfort for their PVC and then to do the continuous voter registration. So the outcome was good. People came out en masse, though, like I always say, we should not wait till the 12th hour or the 11th hour before we start rushing out for this exercise. But it was a good opportunity for them to come out. And we have three categories of people coming yesterday, and I know some of them are still out again. Some came for fresh registration, which is good. Some came for update of their PVC. Some for complaint, transfer, loss of card, deface card. And the crowd was in such formation almost till 7 p.m. Our staff were still on in their registration center, attending to citizens of the state.
So it was good.
It was good.
It was good that yesterday was declared work-free day.
Yeah.
Now, without that day, I mean, with what you saw yesterday, what actually struck you you said you saw a very large crowd.
Yes.
Is it also about the fact that people have taken this registration for granted?
Yeah, you are right in some instances. Some took it for granted, some were complacent. But then I think the factor of the government coming in, that look, there's a need for you to present your PVC or whatever, brought in some, will I say, let me use the word sensibility to the reasoning of others. Enthusiasm. Let me use the word enthusiasm for them to come out. In fact, majority of those that were out yesterday were majorly civil servants. They were even telling us that, well, if not for the holiday, they may not have the time to come out for registration. But we told them that they still have Saturday and Sunday.
Yes.
It's also part of our working days for this exercise. When we look at the extension that the commission did, so Saturday and Sunday is also part of the date for the exercise.
Okay, those centers that you actually outlined,
yeah,
are places that they could go.
Honestly.
Talking about civil servants.
Yes.
Okay.
Our local government offices are still open Saturday and Sunday from 8:30 till 5 p.m. And anybody still in line will be attended to.
Okay, we will take this short break. When we return, we will still be talking with Venerable Stephen Akinrokwo Ojawande. He is the Administrative Secretary of INEC in Ogun State, and we are looking at the continuous voter registration exercise, which was done in Ogun State yesterday. The state government declared a work-free day for that exercise. We'll come back shortly to discuss more germane issues around this topic. Stay with us. All right, well, thank you so much for watching us. Agenda 2023 on the People's Tele, OGTV, and we're looking at continuous voter registration in Ogun State. This is a very, very important component of next year's general election, and we must emphasize it, that if you don't get registered, there's no way you could take part in next year's general elections. Venerable Stephen Akinrokwo Ojawande is the admin secretary of INEC in Ogun State, and he's been here talking about. I'd like you to re-emphasize the need for people to take advantage of weekends, Saturdays, and I think they have this presumption that INEC officials will not be at work on Saturdays and Sundays.
No. The commission mandated all staffs of the commission, especially our local government field officers and those at our registration centers, to be at their beat on Saturdays and Sunday from 8:30 a.m. till 5 p.m. And even on Sunday, that will be the last day, anyone still on the queue will be attended to, even if it goes beyond the normal 7 p.m. of closing time. So the commission is there on Saturdays and Sundays. Let every citizen of the state go out and avail themselves of
those centers.
Every local government offices of the commission, and even the center at our state office in Magbon, in Abeokuta here. They can still come around on Saturday and Sunday. Our staff will be there to attend to them.
No, so will you say that you got some relief yesterday with those registrations that you did?
We're talking about relief. It was not a relief. We were at work.
You had a lot of turnout,
yes,
who came out, and which means those that came out to register yesterday are now out of the population of those.
Of course, we are. Yes, that we want to. I think there was an improvement. Let me give you an instance. There was a local government we were before now. The registration was around with all the machines with them, was around 60, 70 fluctuating there. Yesterday, they were giving us a figure of 170 that they were able to capture for that day. And the issue of our PVC was also reduced. Some people were given their permanent voters card. They came for it yesterday.
Definitely.
Yesterday.
So that must have been congested your office.
Honestly.
To an extent.
Honestly.
Can you give us close to the figure of cards
Well,
that are yet to be collected?
Well, we are now at 500,000 plus, no longer 600.
500,000 in Ogun State.
We still have 500,000 plus of uncollected permanent voters cards.
What are you really doing in practical terms to make people, it could also be ignorance on the part of some people. They registered and they just felt that, okay, it's not time yet to collect the card.
No, well, some may have that presumption that they can come anytime to collect their permanent voters card, which is true. After now, they can go to any office at any time to collect their permanent voters card. There's that window for them. But then, it's still in time, they say 6-9. Some are complacent, that's just it. What we did was to go on sensitization. Like we are here, we thank the OGTV for doing that, and then also some other media stations. We were also out to pay for jingles. We were there also for sensitization. Our field officers also went through markets. They went to stakeholders. They were at every senatorial market, federal constituency market, their local government market, main markets. Not only that, they went through the Okada riders. And other NGOs and CSOs were also going out to inform people to come out to collect their permanent voters card. But the problem we have in Nigeria is people at times, what am I going to benefit from it? How much are they going to pay me? The one we did, what was the outcome of it? But now, we have been telling them, and we are still telling them, that they should claim ownership of the process. It's the citizens that are supposed to decide, and we are deciding. The citizens are deciding that every vote is counting INEC.
Yes.
The commission is making every effort. That's why we have innovations every time we have the conduct of the election, so as to checkmate whatever challenges or hindrances, either from any stakeholder, so that we have an improved, inclusive, generally acceptable, free and fair elections. So let them have that mindset that every ballot counts, every vote counts, and their PVC is their power. Once we claim that ownership of it, they'll be able to say, yes, this is our government. We elected them in, and they'll be ready to partner with the government to ensure we have a good.
What about the response in very remote parts of Ogun State? There are some places that are very, very remote. That you are likely to travel for 3 hours, to get there from Abeokuta.
Let me assure you that we visited all our polling units, the new and the old, and all of them are populated now. In fact, I didn't know that there was a riverine community in Aton, Jebu Northeast. But our staff were on water. They traveled in the weekend to go and interface with those people in that community. They went with all our materials to register them and to ensure they also have their PVC. So that's what we have done. We visited, even name it.
Very good, let's look at some very critical issues, and I'm sure our viewers must be waiting for this. I need you to explain to our viewers or to residents of the state loss of card, defacing of cards, and transfer of cards. What are the conditions that are attached to all this? Let's start with loss of card.
Loss of card, one, before you go to any of our facilities, you must have an evidence or a document confirming that truly that card is lost, other than an affidavit from any high court or police report on it that will indicate that, yes, I lost this card. That is important. Aside that, you don't need to come to our office. They can do it online using our website.
What's your website?
Okay, for that they use www.cvrinecnigeria.org.
I'd like to repeat that.
Okay, slowly. www.cvr.inecnigeria.org.
So if I go to that website,
if you go to that website,
I could lodge my complaint.
Yes. The only thing that maybe I need is they will ask for you for the evidence. And that evidence is the affidavit we are talking about.
Could that also be uploaded?
Yes, you do. You just scan and upload. Honestly,
okay,
just
into
the portal. Yes.
Okay.
Once you've done that, it will acknowledge you.
Then how soon will it take for me to go and get the card physically?
Okay, that's another area we have to explain. After that, all this will be, the data will be gathered, and AFIS will be run on them. Then they will produce another one for them. Once these cards are produced, then we'll bring it out. If not for the extension, we'll have been talking about, okay, within the next 3 months, let them come for their cards. But now, we will not be talking of that because we are still on the CVR. So after a while, the commission will go forward to produce this permanent voters card, either the loss or deface. Even those that have deface cards, those that have, they want to, maybe their cards, they want to transfer, they can use the same portal, the same website.
Okay, so those that have their cards defaced,
and those lost, you want to transfer your card, the same.
Transfer, explain.
Like I want to move from one polling unit to another polling unit.
Okay.
Or from one local government to another local government. I was in Lagos, I want to come to OGUN State. It's the same transfer. Either inter or intra. Inter or intra transfer. And the best thing to do is just to go to this portal and tell them you want to move. One, you must know your polling unit.
So if I transfer, that naturally changes where I'm going to
your
vote.
Location, yes, okay. Automatically. Your data will be moved from where you were before to where you want to be now. The only thing is that you must know the specific unit you want to go to, and you can also check that up on their website, the same portal.
The same portal.
It will show you, yes.
Okay, just one for all of those companies.
Everything. To make it user-friendly.
I think that's great.
To make it user-friendly.
There is no...
The only difference is that when you want to update, there's another portal you now have to go to. You want to check your status, that one is www.voters.nigeria.org.
To update.
Update. You want to check your voter status, that you want to know whether my record is complete, whether I'm registered or not, and is my registration still intact? You want to check. You want to double check whether you are still a registered voter. That is where you go. The difference is voter. The other one is CVR.
How functional is this website? Because in Nigeria we do have websites that
Thank
are
you very much. No, it's very active.
Okay.
Yesterday we were at Abeokuta South, and we had a woman. She registered 2011. She didn't even go for TVC, or she lost her TVC, the temporary voters card. Neither did he visit any of her formation until yesterday. I think she's one of the civil servants. She didn't go there. And when we got there, she was part of those that were complaining. I said, okay, what's your challenge? I said, well, I registered. When did you register? 2011. Okay, no problem. What's your surname? What's your first name? Your surname, your first name, and your middle name. And we went to the portal and we saw her name.
And you solved that problem?
Yes, she was actually registered. All she have to do now is either to complain, I've not collected my permanent voter's card, then they would direct her to, she came to Abeokuta South, her registration was Abeokuta North. So it's very, the portal, except there's a challenge, now that we are at the peak of rounding off this assignment, majority of people are on the website, they are on the portal. And the traffic may be bringing the pace to be slower, because of many people are on that portal throughout the federation. So, but if you want to, like I always tell people, nothing good come easy. If you want this thing, you must be ready to sacrifice. Perseverance is also part of it. Say for a whole year you are not there. Now you want to use it. You must be ready to sacrifice, pay the price, and collect it.
Venerable, I'd like you to read out the websites once more.
Okay.
The one for loss of card, cards that are defaced, and transfer.
Like I said, for that, those ones you mentioned is www.cvr.inecnigeria.org.
Okay.
That's for transfer, loss, deface,
and for update.
For you want to check your status now. Okay. The voter status of verification is www.voters.inecnigeria.org.
Okay, great. Now, as we're closing gradually, Venerable Ojawande, I'd like you to make an appeal to residents of the state to make the job very easy for INEC. Because if everybody, is taking advantage of the opportunities that are available now, the last-minute rush will not come.
Thank you very much. I appreciate what you are doing. And let me once again commend the Ogun State government for giving citizens the opportunity to interface with the commission and collect their permanent voters card and registration. But let me appeal to citizens of this great state, gateway state. Let us be patient. For the past 1 year, we are out for this assignment. You've not been coming out. But when you get there, we can't attend to everybody at the same time. So let's be patient. Let's organize ourselves. We can do it. In some local government, they do organize themselves. And then let the youth be patient for the elderly. Because it's our tradition to attend to the elderly, the pregnant women, the people with challenges.
Deformities.
No, we don't call them deformities, we call them challenges.
Physical challenge.
Yes.
Physical challenge.
Because there's a lot of privileges in being challenged.
Yes.
So we always give them priority.
Yeah.
Their priority to be attended to first. The elderly, let me use the word aged, and pregnant women and people with challenges. They should give them the priority. Let them, because when the trunk is much and you are pushing the elderly, once they fall, you may have casualties. I want to zero down on that. We don't want any casualty in any of their neck formations. So let the youth give occasion, and like we in our tradition and culture, let's give time and priority for them so we can tell to them they can go back. And then let's organize ourselves. Well, we are still there till Sunday.
Yes.
You can avail yourself for that opportunity, and we thank you also.
Mondays through Sundays every week.
Yes, what is closing 31st of July.
Of July. That's very near.
Very near, more than a year.
Okay, so if you close registration, but you are not closing collection.
No. Collection of permanent voters card
continues.
is a continuous process. Okay. You can go there and take your card at any time. Okay. That one is not a continuous voter registration. What the window that will close in 31st is that of the CVR. Continuous voter registration will close 31st of July 2022.
Venerable Stephen Akinrokpo Ojewande, Administrative Secretary, INEC Ogun State, we must thank you so much for coming on this program.
Thank you very much, sir.
And I wish you the best of luck.
Same to you.
And I know that this is a very busy time for you.
Honestly.
Thank you so much.
I
must also acknowledge the efforts of the Public Affairs Officer of INEC in Ogun State, Mr. Okpe Ajayi. He's also supplied us a lot of information on the program today. And of course, Mrs. Kiadeshi too, who is in charge of voter
education and publicity.
All right, that's the program this afternoon. Agenda 2023 will return next Wednesday, 1:30 in the afternoon. We told you this is your pathway to 2023 general elections. Keep watching us, keep supporting us. We'll catch you again next Wednesday. God willing.